Welcome to one of my favorite videos of this entire month. If you are not having the best day ever, I think we can turn it around and make it the best day ever today. So this is your sign to maybe slow down throughout this season and make yourself a little cozy day of all the things that you love most. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to slow down and actually enjoy the season. And this was the perfect day because it was raining outside, the leaves were falling, I lit a nice candle. It was perfect. So the first thing to a cozy day is definitely a cozy drink. So I made myself a cup of tea. And my plan was to get cozy in our porch, read a good book, and go through a bunch of cozy hobbies together. So I will give you my exact recipe and my exact list of everything I did today. And I thought this was so fitting. How perfect is that quote? Now, before we start our cozy day, a little shot of serotonin won't hurt. So if you can do something similar to this, where just a little dose of happiness could get your day going. I had these sitting upstairs and I had not yet opened them. We bought them on our special outing if you didn't see our routine shopping day. So I wanted to get these and they had them in stock. I do not think that you can buy them online. You have to go in store. So they're from a store called Miniso. They're so cute. So I really wanted the donut one or the one where he's holding, obviously I wanted the one where he's holding Scrump. I love a blind box. I have loved a blind box for as long as I can remember. And I figured I would show you guys first. I got the donut one. I was so excited. They're so stinking cute. Like the proportions of his little body, it's like the cutest thing. How adorable. Definitely coming to Disney with me. So I got cozy with a blanket, turned on my lamp. I actually switched out the bulb in this lamp to make it a little bit cozier. And the first thing I wanted to do was just set up with a good book, just listen to the rain, read my little spooky book that I just got. I love it so much. It's so good. So we've moved on from the Pumpkin Spice Cafe to something a little bit more scary, spooky, crazy lady vibes. It was highly suggested, so I'm rolling with it. It's called All the Dangerous Things, and I'm really, really enjoying it so far. So I typically like to read on a Kindle. I got into reading on a Kindle a couple of years ago, and I just feel like it's so much better, especially as somebody that often reads in the pool or in the bath. Here's the progress on the backyard, by the way. Opened up the window so I could hear the rain a little bit more, and also it was getting warm in there. So then I made my way into the kitchen. I just kept going with my book via audio, and I love using Audible with the Kindle because it knows where you pick up and left off. So it's awesome. I made the most comfort food that one could, and I was just feeling it this day. So I made some mac and cheese, and I set up at the little coffee table in the porch. This is usually where I work or in the kitchen. Just during construction, I haven't been working in here, but this was an off day since it was a rainy day. So I figured I'd put on an amazing autumn daytime movie. I feel like I have Halloween daytime movies. I should say autumn daytime movies and then Halloween nighttime movies, and this falls under the daytime category. And if you've ever seen this movie, I would love to know, can you get through it without crying? Because I'm here to tell you that I can't. No way. It's pretty much impossible. I love this movie though. I've loved it since I'm little. So since this is supposed to be just like a cozy, not necessarily a productive day, I was not writing anything on these sheets. I just wanted to make them aesthetically pleasing for the week ahead. So I set up all of the stickers. Basically, it was me playing with my stickers. That's all I wanted to do. So I set up the washi tape. I did the little like timestamps, and then I highlighted all the little rectangles with all the colors. And I tried to do it like one theme per page so that I would set up for the next at least 5 days. So I did a green theme, I did a more like autumn Harry Potter theme, and then I wanted to do an orange theme as well. I actually organized all my stickers in like a half-size planner so they can fit all just like in a little book, which I love. And then this was my orange theme with all the pumpkin spice vibes. So then the other thing I wanted to do was go through my movie list. I wanted to kind of assess what I've watched so far because I was starting to feel like I hadn't really watched that much on my list. And in fact, I had. So I have 6 different categories of movies and shows, and they fall under like different personalities. So there's some that are more like witchy, and there's some that are a little bit darker, like Addams Family and Beetlejuice, and then there's some that are like very daytime and pumpkin spice. So the next thing on my list after reading was obviously movies is a part of this, and obviously drinking a little lovely beverage, but I wanted to color. So I got out all my markers, pencils, and everything to color. So I picked one sheet that I wanted to do. It was from the Grim Grinning Ghosts collection, and it's giving like magical Disney Tim Burton. That's kind of the vibe I was going for, and I was trying my best to like do like ombre effects and get really good at coloring. So I used like lighter orange and then some darker orange around the edges. And then one thing that I would highly suggest is if you have to move locations, move locations. So I went into the kitchen mostly for you guys because the lighting was not so great in there and the rain was just causing it to get darker and darker, and our kitchen has really good lighting. So after I was done crying, I set up a fresh movie. This was suggested to me as a Hallmark movie that just came out. If you haven't seen it yet, seriously go watch it. I was so impressed by it. So last year there was Haul Out the Holly, obviously for Christmas, and they did Haul Out the Halloween with, well, I call her Gretchen Wieners, but I loved it. I thought it was way better than what I was expecting. So I just sat in the kitchen and I colored through that entire movie, and I just thoroughly enjoyed myself. I colored in all the little fairies. It was so cute. And then we switched movies again. This was like a full movie day. I am a movie buff. I love it. So with this movie, I figured I would have that on the background and play my new video game. So I just got this video game. I've been searching for games that are similar to Sims, Roller Coaster Tycoon. That's my type of game that I really enjoy, like with creativity, but I wanted it to feel autumn and magical. So this is called Fabledom. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Listen, I'm not a gamer. I told Andre it takes me so much longer to like learn the games, and it requires so much patience. So it took me a bit, but I would suggest starting with not the like free creative play for this game. I would suggest starting with like the guidance with the tutorials so that you can actually figure out how to build things. So that you can actually figure out how to build things and know what you're doing. But once you get going, it's so fun. So the idea is that you're kind of creating a little town. Kind of like a kingdom. That's why it's called Fabledom, like kingdom. So basically it'll tell you like build a little house, build a well, and then once you click build, you have to figure out the foundation for it, and then you click the button, and then it basically tells the townspeople to build it. So that's what I'm doing here. Everything requires money, so it's kind of like SimCity as well. I feel like it's very similar to Roller Coaster Tycoon without the roller coasters, obviously. But you have little people that you can assign to each house and to each work area. And you can play it, what I like, as fast or as slow as you want. So you can hit like the fast forward button. But to me, this truly is like the epitome of a slow-paced, cozy game where you're not necessarily going to get bored. Carl wanted to join in on the fun. So this is usually where I work all day, and he sleeps in that little corner all day. So I almost feel like he was like, excuse me, you're in my spot. But yeah, it was lovely. We just cuddled, we watched the movie. He wanted all of the attention. I love this part of the movie. I love the love. I think that's why I'm such a sucker for Hallmark movies. I love when there's like just a solid happy ending with a lot of love. So cute. So I just worked on the little houses and the little village. I do feel like now that I know how to play, I feel like the creative free play could be really cool because then I could figure out how to build like the full village. But I built like a little fisherman's area on the water, and you can pick the land that you want to use. So there's some that were like more forest, more on the water, more mountainous. Very cool. And very cozy, which I loved. Carl was filled with the love this day. I think he was just loving our cozy day. Let's not pull mommy's shirt down, please. I think that's one of the things with strapless rompers. All of the cozy cuddles. Very excited to hang out. So then I started improving at the game, and once you get it, you kind of get it. So I built a full farm, and you can build a garden and all this stuff. So it's very cool. And everything has to kind of like work with each other. So it has to make sense logically, which I kind of loved. So then from there, I just cleaned everything up, took a little break from my video game. We were going to take Carl outside. There was some packages at the road also, so we did all of that, got all of that done, but I just wanted to clean up my space for the next cozy hobby to come. So we have read, we have colored, we have gamed. We got Carl a sweater. So this is part of his Halloween costume. I don't know if you're going to be able to guess. I mean, the colors kind of give it away. Him and I are going to match. We're going as a duo. But I figured he could wear his little sweater to go outside. And when we got outside, I had said this whenever I was decorating outside, I wondered how long it would take for the chipmunks and squirrels to figure out the corn was there. Well, my little favorite guy, he figured it out and he was just knee deep in there. You should have seen how filled his cheeks were. It was so cute. So then it was time for my last hobby of the day. I made myself a list of 4 things, and the last thing on it was to build a Lego. So I had this Lego sitting on my shelf for what feels like forever, and I really wanted to take the time to build it, and it was so perfect. I was looking at my movie list and I was like, I haven't watched Little Shop of Horrors, Man-Eating Plant, Little Shop of Horrors, so much yes. Now I just want to say, this Lego said 18 plus, and I actually did it in the time span that it took to watch Little Shop of Horrors, so I beg to differ that it is 18 plus. There's no way. But if you're looking for a really good Lego to build that won't take you forever, this might be a good option. And it's not huge, it's just really, really cute. I gave him back his blanket. He was very cozy. So this is the base of it. And there's a really cool feature. I'll show it once it's all built. And I'm going to show you me building this whole thing because like I said, I did it in one sitting. So I figured this would be super satisfying to watch. The birds were outside. We have multiple blue jays and a really big woodpecker, which is crazy. Look at this little guy. He's so cute. If you didn't see the porch video that I posted yesterday, I actually made like a to scale replica of Audrey 2, like the little baby of Audrey 2. So basically the way that this works is you start with the little jar that the plant is sitting in, the little green, oh, well, I guess it'd be the green tube because it's from Mario, so it's not a jar. And I made snacks, speaking of jars. And I put it in my little pumpkin. So satisfying. So basically it had me build all of the form of the tube, and then I just added all of those smooth pieces to kind of create like the very tube-like cylinder effect, which was honestly very, very satisfying. Arguably one of the most satisfying Legos I've ever built, mostly because of the speed, but also because it's just really pretty. And I like that it's spooky for Halloween. It's like a little man-eating plant. He's perfect, the little piranha plant. So then I needed to build the stem. So the stem actually just sits right into the tube. And you can position it like on an angle. And then it was time to build the leaves, and the leaves are really cool because they actually bend. So there's 2 different leaves, and then they hang on to those 2 little bulbs that you can see on either side of the stem. I feel like this could go perfectly in the porch with the decorations. I really feel like it's just gonna stay in there. I love it. So I bent the little leaves. It went perfectly with the movie, right? It's so good. Look at the little teeth, so cute. And his tongue and everything, I just love it. He's like a little fluffy, floppy bunny. It was super interesting how everything fit together. You put like a pin into it to hold the head down, like the mushroom head down. Very cool. So then that back of the head affixed onto the top of the stem, which was, no joke, incredibly stressful to clip onto because I didn't want to break anything. And I did not believe that it actually held. I thought it was going to fall forward. So cute, right? Incredibly satisfying. Such a good day. So look, this is the little hidden. It comes with 2 little coins. How cute. This day was so needed. Can I just say, like, take this as your sign to just take a day for yourself and pick 4 things that are very cozy. Put your phone away and just enjoy yourself. Maybe watch a little bit of spooky stuff. I switched to Stranger Things. And it was just such a good Halloween, cozy fall day. I absolutely loved it. So I might do more of these, we will see, but I love you guys so much, and I hope that today you have the best day ever, and I hope that you choose to take some time for yourself, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, dudes.